This is the Sundance grounds for Yellow Thunder Camp, almost 3 decades ago. Cows come back in here recently, so water level is down and stinks, and there's a couple of plum groves in here, but just on account of the weather and the bugs this year, doesn't look like those plums are gonna mature. I notice a special place to some people when when I had the Sundance here. Myself, I just went back to the res. I didn't have nothing to do with it because I was afraid that people were going to make it more of a show dance than a Sundance. And from all the stories that I heard, my suspicions were true, and I wasn't dancing here and didn't want nothing to do with that, so I just figured it'd be better if I stayed away, and I did. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but for quite a few years around here on the prairie, a lot of our ceremonies seem to be more for show than anything else, unfortunately, especially when it comes to our most sacred, most important ceremony, the Sundance. People are more interested in having white sponsors come to their Sundance so they can make money off of them, so that they can show off, and the Sundance leaders can drive nice pickups and wear fancy jewelry that these rich white people buy them. So they're just prostituting our religion. And if people don't respect the Sundance, they figure their job or whatever else is more important, so they say, I'll just dance 2 days, or I'll just show up on the last day. They don't prepare themselves like they're supposed to. They don't commit themselves like they're supposed to. Not to make it sound like as if I'm special or better than anybody else, but along with all the mistakes and bad choices I make, at least when it comes to these kind of things, I've always done my best to be respectful and do things right. And now people want to keep a tally of how many. Well, I had 100 Sundancers. I had 75 4-day Sundancers. Or we had 300 Sundancers at our Sundance this year. It's all about numbers. Getting to be more and more like the Washuchu every part of the Indian world where you look these days. And unfortunately, this place here was like that too. People make excuses, say, well, I don't make my Sundancers go without water or go without food because we're not as strong as we used to be a long time ago. And the reason that we're not as strong as we used to be is because people make those exceptions, make those excuses nowadays. Sundance is our most sacred ceremony. The Black Hills are our most sacred land. We need to get our priorities straight, start doing things right now, for the sake of our children, our grandchildren, and for the land.